Hi friends, I'm JJ here at Budget by JJ. I'm a millennial cash stuffer based out of New York City, and I am on the road to becoming debt-free this year. Before we begin, please go ahead and give this video a like. It really will help me out against that vicious algorithm. And subscribe if you haven't already, because this is probably the only thing that's going to be free for a while. Today I am bringing you the first cash stuffing for August, and I can't believe I'm already saying that. Time has been flying, I've been surviving, and so many things have been going down, which actually is why this budget today is going to look a little wackadoo. I can go ahead and get into that as we get into this video. Let's just get started because you know I'm such a yapper. We do have the teller note here. This is the teller note that I made and I just give to the tellers. And they actually are so appreciative of this and really helps them out really quickly and figure out and ask questions about why do we do this. We are cash stuffing $1,700 today. Starting with the hundreds, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 hundreds. Next, we have the 50s. We have 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, and 50s. I found a rogue 50, so here's an extra 50. Next, we have the 20s. We have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 160, and 20s. Next, we have the 10s. We have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 10s. Then we have the 5s. We have 5, 10, and 15, and 5s. Then we have the singles. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 ones. And we do have a grand total of $1,700. The budget, my gosh, the budget has been adhered to, you know, as much as possible. But again, I am foregoing reaching my goal faster by really taking some detours to get there. I will say, since the last video, I did participate in getting items from San Diego Comic-Con. I told you guys already, I'm a collector. I like, you know, adding to my collection, squeaking my collection with things, or like getting things that are exclusives and drops, which is the antithesis to like trying to be, you know, on a budget because those numbers explode over time if you're not careful. So I didn't go crazy, but it definitely added to it. So, you know, there is going to be some things that we're going to get to in this video talking about that. Also, I had my trip in Philadelphia to meet with my friends, and what is on the credit card presently in this video may not reflect the entirety of what was spent on that trip. We're still in the, you know, pitfall of using credit cards, which we're trying to get away from, at least irresponsibly, right? So let's go ahead and start with the basics. We're gonna go ahead and start cash stuffing $460 for the rent. That's 100, 200, 300, 400. We have a 50, and then we have a 10. First half of the rent for September taken care of. Next, we have the utilities, and we're gonna cash stuff $20 for the electric today. Now, I know this is like dinky compared to what I normally cash stuff, which is $29, but the electric is not due to like the 13th or 14th of August, and the way the periods are being marked is like half of the month of last month and then a part of this of the next month. So it's like the half of the last month and the half of the first of the following month is how they're determining the meter readings, which is stupid. It makes no sense, but okay, pop off. Next, we have the internet, and that's just going to be $50. So we have 150. Next, we're going to cash stuff for Cloaked, which is just going to be $10. Now, Cloaked, this is not sponsored, but they are a application that goes ahead and removes your information from these data broker websites that are constantly selling your information, and that's making it public. And so since now they've removed like over 5,000 of items that they've flagged, you know, and then I've had to go and double check a couple. It's just for peace of mind, so it's only $10 a month. I do have a link down below in the description box if you're interested. And it definitely is something that I encourage everyone to look into, at least, because your information is out there. The number one thing is no longer gold. People want your information so they know how to sell to you, and it's out there in the open. And this is how people get scammed, by getting their information stolen and whatnot. So if your information is exposed, Cloaked will go ahead and help you figure that out, where and how to remove it. So I don't mind paying $10 a month for that service. So now I have 20, 40, 60 towards my half of the electric. So next time I need to cash up at least $40. So I'm trying to think that I need to be more on top of some of these more smaller bills, like the Cloaked for sure. I need to start setting reminders to myself of when those bills are due. I'm not doing it now because I'm trusting myself to trust myself. If that makes sense. Like, oh yeah, it's the end of the month, just go put it in there. And it just also makes me nervous to have money sitting in the account, because then I'm not as tempted to spend it. It's just like, if it's sitting in the account, like not a savings account, but if it's in the normal debit account, right, it doesn't have a name. Like, it doesn't have a purpose right off the bat. It's just like a nameless tender that's in the account. So I'm trying to be more mindful of like setting little alarms, like, hey, now's the day, so I can physically go into the book and pull it out and put into the bank. This is extra work to be going back and forth to the bank instead of automatically paying things, but I don't trust myself. I am an impulsive person. I impulse things all the time. Like, I'm still buying coffee out, like, and I have coffee at my job, but I'm still ordering coffee outside of the job. You know what I'm saying? Like, stupid little things like that. Like, I understand how I am. So that was just something that just came to mind. I was like, yeah, Cloaked, and that's like a $10 that I'd be like, oh, I'll just throw that $10 at some other time down the line. But it shouldn't work like that. You should be able to itemize everything at this point. And I know that sounds harsh, but like, we're 6 months in now. Now we're gonna cash up the personal, and it's $260. So I'm gonna do 100, a 20, and a 30. This is the first half. Then we have 100, a 20, and a 30 for the second half. Now I do it that way because I can actually separate 130 per week until the next pay period for personal. This is where my food budget comes out of, is the personal. So we just ordered Costco recently, so I owe my partner. So we're gonna have 130, actually 140, and it's gonna go to my partner. So we're gonna set this aside, and then we're gonna cash up 120 for the next week. Okay, so now we're gonna get into the debt here. Dun dun dun. We're not gonna go into the debt. Let's move on to the savings. So savings is gonna be $100. So I'm gonna take 100. So we have $1, $2, $3, $400 in savings. And you might be saying, but JJ, weren't you supposed to have 600? I'd say, yes, you're correct. But I was putting stuff on that Chase Sapphire card, and just seeing the amount that was going on that card made me so nervous. Like, I was really like not a fan, and it was like personally like hurting like inside. I'm like, oh my gosh, is this it? Like, I can't deal with it. So my anxiety was just going up so far, just because how many things I was putting on that card right away, which was the hotel room, which was the train tickets, which was the Comic-Con, which was a giveaway prize for a different thing that I do. This is insanity. So I was getting really overwhelmed with how much I was putting on that card. So I just took 200 and I just threw 200 immediately at that card and said, that's it. Like, let's slow it down here. So, the idea is nice to have a savings, but when you're in debt, it's really hard to save, right? And then you're putting yourself in more debt, and it's just this imbalance around. And it's obviously this, if the savings is smaller than the debt, then it feels like an uphill battle. But it's one battle that I'm still willing to fight, regardless. Okay, I still need to fight this battle, and so we have $400 in the savings, and someday we'll get to use that play money. The debt, I have to take care of that debt. I can't stand it. Let's go ahead and get into the fun binder. The only thing that we are cash saving today in this binder is going to be the medical I think I blew my budget already on entertainment, dining out, all that stuff. So I can't even give a price on those yet. So we're gonna maintain the medical this time around. So it's only $100. So in total we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, $900 in medical. Woo! We are only one cash stuffing away from reaching my goal of $1,000 to help go towards the loan that I had taken out to help my partner with the oral surgery. And we are making extreme headway. So I at least stuck to this. I was freaking out about something earlier, but it took care of itself when I ran the numbers again. So the debt, this is where it gets a little complicated, but the things that I know for sure are not complicated are the pay in 4 debts. So we're gonna start with the Klarna, and that's $38. So we have 120, a 10, a 5, 6, 7, 8. So $38 going to the Klarna. Next, we have the PayPal, and that's going to be $56. So I'm going to take $1.50, $1.05, and $1 for 56. So after today, I think I only have one more payment each, and then those will finally be cleared up. Oh, and the Macari payment from last time was the final payment, so I don't have that payment anymore. So we're just down to the Klarna and the PayPal. Then we're going to go ahead and make a payment towards the Capital One, the card ending in 3064. We're going to add $136. That's this envelope here. So we're going to take 100, a 10, a 30, a 5, and a dollar for 136. Then we're going to throw another 100 at the Chase Sapphire. Oh, here's the 100. These are what the credit card companies want. They want people who are prone to overspend to go ahead and continue that process. Okay, so then we're going to actually complete a debt here. So the other Capital One ending in 1967, we're going to eliminate this debt completely today at $170. So we have 100, I have a 50, 60, and 70. We have officially paid this off. Yay! And then finally we have the saver, which is going to be at that 200, 50, 100, 150, 70, 190, $200. But that's going to do it for this cash stuffing. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Please make sure that you like, comment, share this video with somebody you think that might like it, and subscribe if you haven't already. This summer has just been jam-packed full of really fun stuff, really cool things to come, and it's all about me trying to mitigate and manage my emotions so that I stay on the plan. I would say overall I'm still doing very well. You know, they say they still give degrees to C's, so I'm feeling on that level for sure. See you in the next video. Bye.